A massive thank you to Got2Cast with B for becoming a cabin crew member. If you'd like to support DJ's Aviation a little bit further, you can become a channel member for as little as $3.99 a month with additional perks. The future at Air India has always been pretty heavily discussed. I want to think there's also been many questions, of course, involving fleet decisions moving forward. As the airline is under new ownership, the expectation is for it to thrive and once again assert itself as a dominant airline in the Indian scene, and one that people can be proud of, something that is very, very important, and in recent years you could argue, and probably even the past decade, it has struggled with, as new low-cost carriers offering a no-thrill experience for a lower price have generally opened up travel to more people in India, and therefore Air India has sort of fallen away into the shadows. New aircraft, though, for Air India have always been very much heavily discussed, over recent months especially, namely the potential acquisition of the Airbus A350, which saw speculation heavy and also the aircraft debated during the 2022 Farnborough Air Show that took place in the middle of July. The A350 deal is set to be a sizable offering for Airbus and a quite large commitment that is envisaged to overhaul the operations at Air India. However, that official announcement has still not come through the wires at this point. That said, it doesn't mean that Air India won't be making changes to their fleet aside from the 350, as they look to better compete in markets and really reassert themselves as a dominant Indian carrier. Air India have announced today that they will lease 30 Airbus and Boeing aircraft, in a decision to see their overall fleet capacity expand by a total exceeding 25%. It's also a decision that Air India believes will lead to their expansion and fleet footprint that for so many years, due to many severe losses and poor operating standards, they've been unable to complete. So naturally, this fills them with a great sense of confidence in the future. However, what is still a very pressing issue for the new ownership is that of the aging fleet. These new aircraft will undoubtedly help aid them moving forward, but pressing concerns about the age of some of the planes they fly, and this is really what has led to such decisions involving the 350 and potential further 787s. The new ownership at Air India really wants to revolutionize the fleet of aircraft. They believe it will be incredibly important in creating a more sustainable and efficient airline. This is something you can see comments that have dated back well before even the acquisition was completed, when we were better understanding where the carrier would be heading in the future. The deal comprises of 21 A320neos, 4 A321neos, and finally 5 of the 777-200LRs for long-range operations, and Air India expects all aircraft to arrive by the first quarter of the following calendar year, that being 2023. The intention is for these aircraft to be deployed on a host of missions to better benefit the airline, from short-haul domestic operations to short-haul international routes. It is of course expected that the 777-200LRs will be utilized on their longer-ranged international services. As I've mentioned throughout, though, the acquisition of the new aircraft on a lease has been made to allow the airline to really assert its dominance once again and face the market in the right way. To Daniel, Elliot, Leslie, Austin 9, Will Jaden, Al will lead the FlashCubing, Neil Don Stefan, Jam, and now Got2Cast with B. Thanks for being cabin crew members. Your additional support of what I do here and funding for the future is really appreciated, and I'm excited to roll out some big changes in the coming months. Stay tuned, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.